Welcome everyone to HueFin News. Today is October 7, 2018, and this is an article that I want to show you all that kind of leads us into thinking that gold is going to be moving to the upside. We do appreciate you all coming to our channel, and if you do appreciate the content that we are providing, please make sure that you go ahead and like and subscribe. And if you got a comment about the article that we're going to talk about today, then please go ahead and leave a comment in the comments section. So this article was posted on the website on October 5th, 2018, and it reads that we need to forget Facebook and Apple and buy cheap Bang stocks. Now, Bang stocks are those gold companies that deal with gold mining. The author of this article is Barbara Kohlmeyer, and literally it goes on to state that there is a gentleman by the name of Jesse Felder. He writes a report called the Felder's Report, and he suggests that going against the crowd, meaning that everyone else is buying the FANG stocks, Facebook, Apple, Netflix, and Google, and that we need to go against that grain and buy the cheap anti-passive precious metals miners. Now, once we do look at these charts, again, you will see that they have been beaten down. They definitely are in a bear market, and it seems like it's been like that for a very long time for those three companies or four companies. Now, this particular portion of the article reads, it looks to me like they have been left for dead, talking about the gold stocks, these gold companies, and for this reason present a terrific opportunity for true value investors regardless of the bullish case for gold. And if, see, that is a very important word, if the gold price takes off today, today's Bang shares price will certainly look like an unbelievable bargain in retrospect. So here are the companies in the Bang: Barrick Gold, ABX, Agnico Eagle, AEM, Newmont Mining, NEM, and Goldcorp, GG. These are the stocks that are within the Bang, and they are trading at their cheapest in decades. So let's take a look at these three companies to see whether or not they are a buy. Okay, so the first one up is going to be Barrick Gold Corporation. Now we're looking at the monthly chart for this company, and you can tell that the stock has came and bounced off support numerous times. Ever since 2015, we have held that $10 support area, and literally the last 2 months for this company, the stock has been able to stay above $10. Okay, and on this last month, we have seen an enormous amount of volume. Definitely shows you that this particular company is trying to hold price above $10. So looking out on the weekly chart, you can still see here that the market is being inundated with some weakness, but it is being very reluctant into moving to the downside in price. I can see Barrick Gold coming across some resistance around $12. Okay, so we definitely need to keep our eyes on that in the market for this particular stock. In order for it to move higher, it's going to have to break $12, and the amount of volume that we saw on this particular week is pretty much the same amount of volume that is going to be needed in order for us to at least come back up to that $13 price level. So as of right now, even on the daily price chart for ABX, you can still see here that weakness is still coming in the market. So I'm not too convinced that Barrick Gold is still a buy right now. I'm still expecting this particular stock to consolidate, might try to come back down and hold $11 in the near term, and then possibly move back up to higher prices once it completes that support area. Okay, so I'm still looking for this particular company to move to the upside, but I expect, at least in the near term, some consolidation to contend with before we will see movement to the upside. I could definitely see around $12 or even $13 will be a nice area for this particular stock to trade up to. But first, we have to get through this consolidation that I'm expecting to see. So now let's take a look at AEM, Agnico Eagle Mines. Okay, this is a monthly chart for this particular stock, and just like with ABX, you can tell that $32 has been maintained as support. Matter of fact, we saw a lot of weakness on this monthly chart, and we still were able to hold support around $32. So that's very key in order for the stock to move to the upside. Now we're coming across resistance on this monthly chart This current month, $36 is resistance. Now we're looking at the weekly chart for AEM, and you can still see, just like with ABX, we're getting a lot of stockpile coming into the market around that $36 area. That is going to require, again, a lot of volume to come into the space in order for us to break that particular price. Now we're looking at it on a daily time frame. You can still see here that weakness is coming in around that $36 area. And matter of fact, this Friday's trading day, we did see a lot of volume, but the spread of the bar is a lot smaller. So we are still seeing strength in the market for AEM, to where we are looking for this one to move to the upside too. But we have to contend with a lot of this volume, this resistance area, in order for us to actually break up to higher prices. So now let's take a look at GG or Gold Corp. Monthly chart for this one definitely shows you it's still in a weakness phase. I'm not necessarily convinced that this particular company is ready for movement to the upside. Matter of fact, where it is trading now on the monthly chart is literally where it has to hold support. So as we contend or conclude the month of October, definitely see where GG concludes or ends the month, because if it breaks anywhere below that $10 price, then this market for GG is going to continue to move to the downside. Looking at it on a weekly chart, GG definitely shows you that it's not showing us any interest to the upside. Still expecting it to move to the downside, but like I told you, $10 has been bounced and touched multiple times throughout the weeks, and it can do it again, but the weakness is definitely apparent. So I'm not necessarily expecting GG or Gold Corp to move to higher prices as of right now. So the best thing that I'm looking for in GG or Gold Corp is consolidation, movement to the downside, but it can still hold $10. So just be on the lookout for that. I'm not too convinced that this one is going to move higher in price. So now let's take a look at the last one, which is Newmont Mining Corporation. And you can see here also, let's take a look at the monthly chart real quick. The monthly chart shows you again, ABX, AEM, and NEM are all doing the same things in terms of market action on the monthly price chart. Okay, they both came and held support over the last month, relatively soon, from the very strong push go down bar that we saw on the previous month, which looked like it occurred on August. Okay, so $30 definitely is being maintained in NEM as support, but we're still seeing indications of weakness coming into the market. So just like with GG, I'm not too convinced that NEM is ready for higher prices as of yet. This current month definitely is going to let us know whether or not NEM is ready for higher prices. Taking a look at it on a weekly chart, you can still see here that the weakness is still being reflected, although I can see it subsiding somewhat to where $30 or even $29 has been maintained as support. So as of right now, I'm looking for consolidation more or less in Newmont Mining, to where $32 is going to be resistance and $29 is going to be support. Taking a look at it on a daily price chart for Newmont Mining, definitely shows you again that consolidation is the word of the day for the stock. $32 is resistance and $29 is going to be support. As of right now, I'm still leaning for Newmont Mining to move to the downside. Okay, so definitely overall, this particular article wants us to focus our attention on gold mining companies, and definitely I can see out of the four that we just looked at, ABX and AEM would be the top two that I would be paying attention to move to the upside. NEM and Newmont Mining and Gold Corp will be the two I would not be too interested in moving to the upside. Okay, as of right now, I'm definitely seeing more or less consolidation for those two stocks, Newmont Mining as well as Gold Corp. So that is our analysis for the Bang stocks according to this article. We definitely will continue to give you more of an analysis of whether or not the articles are correlating with the price charts, to make sure that what we are reading is in fact what is going on with the charts. We do appreciate you all. Make sure you all maintain your profitability, and I will talk to you all later.